Hey, everybody.
Hello. We are back again. We told you we'd be back. We weren't lying. We didn't leave. We're here to make a Being BBW video. We were just looking, because earlier we were watching our subscribers that we're subscribed to, and we were checking our page, and we've seen that a few of our Being BBW topics.
The Being BBW, I think it's with sex or something about that, believe it or not, has over 4,000 views. Don't know how that happened. Because I was just checking our little thing, and I was like, 4,000 views? I was like, what the heck? Like, really?
So we figured, and there was other ones that weren't so badly viewed, so we figured what's better than to make another Being BBW video.
Yes.
So today's topic is going to be family.
Family. Interesting family.
So, like I said, I've said it in other videos. If I can remember what I said, I haven't done this in a while. What we say is from what we experience, from what we've dealt with, or from if somebody has told us. Yes. It's either stories that other people have told us or from us. So this is not saying that everybody's family is like this. It's just based on experience.
Yeah, this is just our perspective and what we've been put through and everything. Yeah, so I guess to start off, we'd have to say we love our family. We're not saying like we don't love and care for people, but when it comes to things that we want to do, whether the people we want to date or the decisions we make, everything is always a problem with our family. Mm-hmm. We're always wrong. They're always right. That's the way it works with our family.
And also, it's kind of like we don't know what we're talking about, but they do. Like, our answers are never good enough, okay? Like, for example, I'll start it off like this. I usually, for the most part, date outside of my race. I am Caucasian, as you see. I usually date black men or Hispanic men or whatever like that. And not that my family's racist. I don't want you to get the wrong impression. It's just that my family would rather me date a white guy. Again, not that I wouldn't. I have nothing against white men. Like, it's like, I'm not like, I hate white men or something. Like, but if it's my taste and my preference to like black or Hispanic men, and it's my life, why can't I do what I want to do? Make a long story short, like, it's like nothing is ever, like, as much as you can explain it to them, because there was times that either through phone or through face-to-face, we've had conversations with, you know, our father, our grandmother, and have told them, like, you know, it's not this, it's not that, it's just, it's us, you know, but it's anything that involves us, it's kind of like an issue. I don't know if it has to do with, I don't know, like, I'm 36 years old, and I still sometimes think to myself, like, what really is it? Like, I still question because I still don't know the answer. Like, when you usually get the answer, you're good from that point on, and I still don't have the answer. Like, I don't know what it is. Family can be, our family can be very fun and loving. They can have your back at certain times, you know, certain times. And, but then yet they can be very, spiteful. They could be very backstabbing and judgmental.
That's true.
Like, for instance, like, again, this is not just because we are BBWs, but it's just, it's a part of the family, so I'm going to add it in there. I recently, within the last couple of days, had deleted a chunk of my family on Facebook. Not because I'm mad at them like that, like, not because I hate them, not because I don't want to be connected with them, but it's because I'm not naming names, but some of my family members run and tell my grandmother things. And it's not that I'm trying to hide anything from my grandmother. It's not that I'm like living two lives or something. It's not like I'm doing anything bad or anything. It's just that there are certain things on Facebook that you put up and you just see it as, okay, you're putting it up And I understand, once again, I've heard this before, whatever you put on Facebook and say you have 500 friends, you're putting it for 500 people to see. I get that. But when you put something on Facebook and you think it's just going to stay that way, and then you get a phone call a day or two later saying, you know, oh, I heard from this person, you put this on Facebook, or you got to watch out what you put on Facebook. I'm like, what is there to watch out? It's not like
you're not seeing me, but you shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
If it's your Facebook and you're a grown individual and you're an adult, you should post what you feel, and that's your Facebook for that reason. But for some reason, with our family, anything me or my sister posts, it always gets broadcasted. Like, oh, Kerry shared this, Teresa wrote a status, and oh my God. And I'm like, we're grown women, and sometimes we feel like it is due to our weight that people look at it like kind of like because like if we post something, like we shouldn't have posted that, and I shouldn't have voiced my opinion about this. And I'm like, you know what? I am a grown human being, and I'm gonna voice my opinion regardless of what you say. Like, I'm gonna still do it.
Like, for instance, I'm 36, she's 26. It's not like we're 12 and 14. It's not, it's not like we're young kids where you gotta say, you still live with mommy and daddy, and we're grown women, and we should be able to post, say, if we want to vent, whatever it may be. We should, if everybody else can do it. Like, I'll be honest, I don't go running to my grandma. I'll be honest with you, I don't go running to anybody in my family telling them I seen this, I seen that. I feel like you post what you want on your Facebook, but if you really want that person to know, you have a way to tell them. You have a voice. Why do I have to be the one to tell your business? I don't tell you, But, like, okay, here's a part of the BBW part. If I was to post anywhere, Instagram, Facebook, a body picture, meaning from the tippy top of my head to the bottom of my toes, if I was to post a photo of me from head to toe, whether I'm wearing pants, a skirt, no matter what, it's not that, it's funny. I could post a shot up to here, I could post a shot up to here, and you get likes, you get, oh, you're so pretty, your hair looks pretty, your makeup looks pretty. You could get all compliments. You post a body picture, and that's when...
Yeah, that's when, like, mayhem hits.
That's when the shit hits the fan. You hardly get, like, it's funny, I'll get a lot of likes and comments from friends. I'll get, like, so many, like, but when it comes to family, you hardly see any likes, any comments. And then that's when one person has to run and call, and then you got to get a phone call, and then they don't say it right away to you, but then within the phone call, they kind of like spit out, like, oh, you have to watch what you post on Facebook. Oh, I heard about a picture you posted on Facebook. And I'm like, and then it's the truth, like, me and Kerry will be sitting here trying to think back. I'm like, what picture? Then you make a long story short, and you're like, it had to be the body picture. Like,
yeah, and it's sad you would think, like, that you have to watch what pictures you post. If they're not nudes or anything bad, why do you have to make a comment about it? Like, I understand you're going to say this, but you know what? I'm not naked. I'm not sitting here topless or with a bra on. Like, if I'm dressed and I'm fully clothed, why can't you just let me do what I want? Like, I don't understand what the issue is. But I guess in the end, I guess it's true. Some people feel like, oh, well, you shouldn't be showing off your body like that. I'm like, because why not? Like, because you don't want me to, or there's something wrong in your eyes? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's weird.
Like, the thing that makes me actually laugh is, like, it's kind of like because we're big women that we can't be confident and we can't show that we're attractive and that we can't, God forbid if you even, like, for instance, God forbid you show your curves. God forbid you show that you have a big butt. Or God forbid if you wear like a skirt and you're showing from your knees down. Oh. Like, regardless, just because, again, with some of my family, that is a no-go. It's kind of like if you're not like athletic build or thin or something like that, don't dare post a photo that shows too much body, because if you do, you're gonna get blasted for it,
Oh.
And I don't see why, because, like, I really feel like there are people that are thin that have, quote unquote, the perfect body, the society body, and they could be posting half naked, showing all their boobs, having all their stomach open, short mini skirts, and you don't hear nothing about that.
Never do.
All you hear is, oh my God, she looks so pretty. But then yet, if you post a photo, nothing like that, but maybe just in a skirt up to your knees, everything else covered, classy, you still get nailed to the cross because...
Oh, what's this? And,
yeah.
Oh, we don't approve. And I'm just like, what don't you approve of? I said, why? Because, look, it's the truth. Like, we can't be confident. We can't be showing off what we have. Like, what's it? It's sad that you have to limit what you post on Facebook when everybody else can explore their life. You have to be, like, biting your nails, nervous, thinking, oh, what are people going to say? Like, you shouldn't have to live like that. It's just not right.
That's why I took a chunk of my family off again. Not because I hate them or anything like that. Just because I have to say, honestly, I feel more at ease. Like, if I post something and anything, I don't have to worry about, like, the game of telephone happening. Who told who told who. And, you know, I don't have to worry about that anymore. And another thing that makes me laugh is, like, when you have family telling you that, like, when it comes to dating guys and stuff, like, oh, just remember that because you're big, or whatever they want to call you, because you're heavy, whatever
you're fat,
whatever the word they want to call you, that just remember that guys might use you, that they might use you just because, you know, you're fat. They're going to use you just for sex, and even though they say they want to be your boyfriend, it's probably not true, you know. Let me tell you something about that. It doesn't matter if you're tall, short, fat, skinny. Doesn't matter if you're black, white, Spanish. It doesn't matter if you have long hair, short hair, anything. Guys, if his plan is to use you and to use you for sex and hurt you, doesn't matter what you look like, he's going to do it to you.
That's true.
Okay?
That's what we've said to everybody, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, okay? Like, you have to laugh because there are girls out there, again, with the society body, perfect little Barbie shapes, that are getting divorced, that are getting cheated on, that are getting hurt, that are home crying because their husband or their boyfriend or their fiance, and normal men, quote unquote, will look at them and be like, oh, she's hot, whatever. Meanwhile, she's at home crying because she got used for sex or hurt. It doesn't just mean because you're big, or however you want to call yourself, big, BBW, fluffy, fat, whatever it is, doesn't mean because you're big that the guys are just going to preferably use you because you're big for sex.
No, it's just like I said, it all goes based on the mentality of the guy that you're talking to. If that's his intention, it's just to use you for a quickie and be like, all right, sayonara, then that's their preference. But not all guys are like that. Not all guys are looking just to use you. Like, and to hear that from family, honestly, it hurts. Like, I've heard it before, and I, like, looked at my sister, and I'm like, I can't believe I just heard that.
I've heard it,
and
too.
And she said, well, don't feel bad. She said, I've heard it, too, but thank God, like I said, if we didn't have each other, and we just went based on what our family said,
we'd be a wreck.
We'd probably be, like, scared, crying, alone. Oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, my God, oh, my God. And I'm like, you shouldn't have to feel like you should want to tell your family things. Like, we can't even do that. Like, if I'm seeing somebody, I can only tell my sister. And if she's seeing somebody, she only tells me and a few friends. We can't even talk to our family. We can't even say, hey, I'm actually seeing the guy. I really like him. I'm into him.
God forbid.
Oh, that's a problem, too.
Worlds will collide.
You have to hear, oh, what do you mean you're seeing him? And, oh, what's this? And what's that? And I'm like, why can't you just be happy for me? Like, okay, you could say, I'm worried. I hope you're happy and everything like that. If anything happens, you know. But you always have to get the negativity thrown at you every time.
It's funny, like, my sister, when she started, like, meeting guys and everything, I warned her in the beginning, but she didn't take my advice in the beginning. She had to learn the hard way, which sometimes they say that's better. I warned her. I said, if you're going to date, meet guys, whatever, do not broadcast it on Facebook. Do not, because somebody will, you know, will either mess it up for you or they're going to start problems. And she's like, oh, okay. In the beginning, she tells me okay. But then yet, she does her own thing. And she was talking, this was like a year or two ago. She's talking to this guy, and she ends up putting on Facebook stuff about him and then putting up the pictures. And I warned her. I said, I'm just letting you know, maybe not now, but soon we're going to hear something. And the shit hit
within like a day or two.
The shit hit the fan. And she looked at me and she's like, how did you know? And I said, because this has been happening to me even way before Facebook. Like, this stuff happened to me. How? Let's see. How can I say it? Back in the day, I would be on the phone all the time. Like, when I was a teenager and we had like 2 or 3 phones in the house, it would be like if my mother or father picked up the phone and overheard me talking, or, you know, if they caught me in a lie, and, you know, stuff like that. Word got around. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the fact is, now that with social media and everybody having friends and family on there, and you do it, it's like once you put, which I understand, once you put your life out there, and no matter how many friends you have, it's going to be, I get that part, so I'm not bashing that part, I totally get that, but the fact is, when it comes to family for the most part, they say blood's thicker than water, but we're realizing more and more that the water part seems a little bit thicker than blood.
It's sad to say. But no, it's true. Like I said, that's why, like I said, it kills you to see that you could tell your friends more things. Like, you could tell a friend, oh, I'm seeing this guy and I'm really happy, and you get more support. My eye. You get more support from friends than you do from family. Like, you get a little bit of support, like she has my support, I have her support, and that's how we back each other up, you know, like that, we're there for each other like that. But we can't tell, you know, our cousins, we can't tell anybody like that. We kind of have to keep it down low, and if it, you know. And also, sorry to cut you off, but when you said that part, it, like, hit me. And also, like, you feel like people aren't really sincerely happy for you either. You said that part and it just hit me, like, that's true.
Even if you did tell somebody, you know how, like, you have that family that says to you, oh, you can tell me anything, like, okay, I'll tell you anything. But then when you kind of know that you tell them, and then you really feel that that they're not fully happy for you, that it's just kind of like, how do you put it? It's kind of like this, like, oh, really, you did? Oh, my God, that's so nice. Meanwhile, in their head, they're going, oh, yeah, you know, like,
they're kind of thinking, like, oh, well, it's probably not going to last.
Like, it just, I have to say, like, I don't know.
It's in the end, it's sad and it's wrong. Like, we shouldn't have to feel this way, but in the end, what are you going to do?
Like, long story short, again, I don't know how far this video gets. I have no clue if family sees it or not, and honestly, I don't care because,
I mean, everything we're saying is the truth.
My family, honestly, don't know how many guys that I've dated. The only person that knows, for the most part, is my sister. Like, when I was younger, she doesn't know all the guys, but for the most part, she knows the guys that I've either talked to or dated or met, whatever. My family don't know all of them. They might have seen pictures through, I don't know, like MySpace or Facebook, or maybe met one here and there, but they don't know how many guys that I actually met offline or dated or, you know, was, like, intimate with. I'm a grown woman. Like, I could say it.
Like I said, we can't, like, other people could express to their family, and those people have full support, and if you do, cherish it and be grateful, because there are not many families out there like ours that judge and like to put us down and say this and that and this and that. I'm like, you know, you don't want to hear negativity. When you're in a relationship and you're happy, you want others just to be happy for you.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be, you're just happy to see that person happy. And that's how I am. I've seen good friends of mine, I've seen cousins of mine that, you know, were happy. And even though things might not be going the way it should be, you kind of just support it, because if still they're deep down in their heart happy, they're happy, and you're not going to try to rain on their parade. But when it comes to us, it seems like people like raining on it. But to get on more of a BBW level with family, also you have the family that kind of looks at you kind of funny and weird and talks down about you because of your weight.
Yeah.
Let me just give you a bit of advice, okay? Yes, being overweight is not healthy. I'm not saying, like, you know, eat Twinkies. Yeah, like, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, like, you know, I understand it's not healthy. You're going to have the family that's going to tell you you have to lose weight, this, that, the other. I get all that. I understand. I get it. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you have family, if you are in our position that you're a big woman or a big man, and then you feel us. But if you're watching this and you're not big, if you have family that, is overweight, whatever, don't sit there and treat them any different and talk bad about them or behind their back just because they're overweight. It doesn't mean because they're overweight that they're a bad person.
Weight doesn't define. Just because you're big doesn't mean, oh my God, look at them. Like, we have good hearts. We're human. We still, if you want to talk, we're, like I said, everybody, people just shouldn't judge. That's another big problem, too.
It doesn't mean that because you're overweight that you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that you're lazy. That's another thing. It doesn't mean that you don't care about life and you're slitting your wrist. And it doesn't mean because you're big you're symbolizing, and it doesn't mean you're depressed either. I'm just throwing words out there because these are things that you might have heard yourself, it doesn't mean that. What it means is that certain people, I'm going to throw it right at you, certain people have medical conditions. Certain people have thyroid problems.
Yeah.
Certain people have other issues when it comes to medical things. Certain people, I'm not going to lie, I do here and there have my little times where I snack. Everybody does. But certain people, and it's I don't like when people judge you and criticize you just due to your weight. You have to hear the main line that I hate. Oh, you're very pretty for a big girl. Don't.
Please, if you're going to don't ever compliment me at all then. Don't say that to me. That's the stupidest line.
To me, that's not even a compliment, honestly. You say, oh, you're pretty for a big woman. Like that. You're not even right there. To me, that's more of a dig than it is a compliment, because you're just saying to me, oh, you have a pretty face, but you're fat. Don't, if you're gonna say, if a guy's gonna say that, honestly, I'm just telling you, if any men watch this, if you're gonna see a woman and say